We are going to the Wasatch Mountains to do 4 peaks. The 4 peaks we are doing are Pfeiferhorn, Airplane Peak, Chipman Peak, and South Thunder. The name of this hike is called the Beatout because the hike is really harsh. You have to hike on all rock for half of the hike, and in some sections there is little to no trail. We will be starting the Beatout well before sunrise and ending right before sunset. We are now leaving for the Beatout, and currently it is 4 a.m. and we are on our way to the White Pine Trailhead. We had made it to the White Pine Trailhead, and now let's go over our plan. So we are going to go up the Red Pine Trail to Red Pine Lake, and then we will gain the ridge up to the summit of Pfeiferhorn, and then we will summit Airplane Peak, Chipman Peak, and South Thunder, and then we will descend into Bells Canyon towards the upper Bells Canyon Reservoir, and then we have a long descent down through Bells Canyon to the lower reservoir, and then we have a short walk to the trailhead. It is currently very dark. You can't see anything without a light, but it will be light here in about an hour and a half. We are now starting our hike on the Beatout. We have made it to the Maybed Gulch Junction, and it is 5:56 a.m., which is the time of the sunrise. Over there is the fallen down bridge to get to Maybed Gulch, and the creek goes right over it, and here is our hiking status. We have made it to the lower Red Pine Lake, and you can see the sun coming up over the ridge. To get up to the ridge, we are going to go where those thick pine trees are, and then we are going to turn right to go up towards the ridge, and just behind that peak with the sun on it, it's Pfeiferhorn. We have made it to the top of the ridge that we are going to stay on until South Thunder, and there is a good view of lots of places. You can see White Baldy, Red Baldy, and American Fork Twin Peaks. Also, you can see where we came up from Red Pine Lake, and finally, you can see the peaks on the Cottonwood Ridge. The overall hike has been pretty smooth, with only minor rock scrambles, and our pace has been really quick. However, after Pfeiferhorn and a half a mile, the hike will get much harder with more rock scrambles. Right here is the knife edge before Pfeiferhorn, which is probably the hardest part for doing Pfeiferhorn alone, but it's pretty easy once you figure out the correct route. We have made it to the top of Pfeiferhorn, the first and highest peak on the Beatout. The climb to Pfeiferhorn took up most of the climbing, but there is still 7,500 feet of downhill to come. Now we are going to start to go off trail, and the terrain will get much harder. In the distance, you can see all the peaks we are going to climb. There is Airplane Peak, which is also called Up Wop, Chipman Peak, and South Thunder. Over there, you can see where it came up, and you can kind of see the Hidden Peak tram. And down towards the city is Utah Lake. We have made it to the top of our second peak, Airplane Peak, or Up Wop. The reason why Up Wop isn't our name is because it stands for Unnamed Peak West of Pfeiferhorn. Over there, you can see where we have came down from Pfeiferhorn. Getting down was hard because there was a lot of prickly plants, but the ascent to Airplane was pretty easy. Over there is the way we will continue towards Chipman. The section that's just below the peak looks a little rough. We have made it to the saddle of Airplane and Chipman Peak, and now we are going to reroute a bit because that ridge is a little bit exposed. So we are going to go down a bit towards the left of the ridge and come back up behind the area you can't see behind it. This will add lots of climbing, but it's the safest route. And that jagged ridge over there is the Lightning Ridge, and we'll go along that towards South Thunder. We have now bypassed the exposed section and regained the ridge. It took about 2 hours to bypass the ridge, which was a very long time. Coming back to the ridge was really hard because it was super steep and rocky. Over here, you can see the backsides of Pfeiferhorn and Airplane Peak. Even though this took a while, we are very close to Chipman Peak. We have made it to the top of Chipman Peak. Getting up here was pretty easy. There's just a few rock scrambles. This is the only time we are going to have to double back because Chipman Peak is not part of the main ridge. The Lightning Ridge to South Thunder looks very cool with the smooth rocks, and on the other side is a vertical cliff. And over here is a great view of the city, Box Elder, and Mount Timpanogos. Right here is a rock outcropping, so if you fall here, you won't be able to catch yourself. Also, on the Lightning Ridge, everything looks so small, such as the outcroppings, but really, everything is bigger. We have finally made it to the top of our final peak, South Thunder. You can see all the peaks we have done, starting from Pfeiferhorn. We have been hiking for about 10 hours and 7 hours along the ridge. This section was pretty smooth, except for the really big boulders you had to scramble on. Our original plan was to go to Bighorn and Lone Peak, but the ridge looks a bit sketchy, and we will be coming down in the dark. Over here is a great view of Salt Lake City, and we are going to start heading down to meet up with some trail near the upper Bells Canyon Reservoir. Getting down to the trailhead will be rough because we got to descend all the way to the valley. This will consist of a descent of 6,500 feet. We have made it back to a tree line, and the temperature is about 75 degrees now. Also, there is lots of runoff everywhere. Because of all of this, there are tons of mosquitoes flying around, so this section is gonna be hard. Also, you can't see like you could on the ridge, so navigating will also be hard. This hike probably won't get easy until about halfway down Bells Canyon, even when we meet up with the trail. have finally made it to the end of all head sections of the Beatout. There are no more mosquitoes because the water is running really strong. Here is our hiking status. We only have 4 miles of easy trail to get back. This section of the trail will have a different type of scenery than the rest of the hike because it is getting close to sunset and there are lots of green plants. We have just about made it to the low Bells Canyon Reservoir, which is a sign that we are very close to the end. Now we have gone all the way from the alpine zone to the desert in just 4 hours. Pretty soon we will start to see the city. We have finally made it to the Bells Canyon Trailhead after many hours. Our total distance was 14.6 miles. Our hiking time was just under 16 hours. Our total ascent was just under 5,300 feet. And our descent was an amazing 7,500 feet. The cool thing about this hike is that it was very diverse for the temperatures and environment. At Red Pine Lake was the coldest temperature at about 45 degrees. Right now, it is the hottest at about 88 degrees. On the way down, we went through tons of environment from no trees and rock to a shrubland. The overall difficulty of the hike was very hard because of the length and the fact that there is no trail for half of it and the exposure. It is now 8:30 p.m. and we started at about 4:45 a.m. So this will be the end of the video.